Welcome back. All right, parents can sympathize with this. A child throwing a temper tantrum. But what ensued is outrageous. An Arkansas mom called the cops when her daughter threw a fit on the floor. Kelly King says she couldn't get her daughter to calm down and was afraid the girl was a threat to herself or possibly someone else. So what happened when police showed up? Mom said, "Go ahead, taser." What? Yes. So is that the way you solve a problem? Well, the girl's dad certainly is not happy. He spoke with Good Morning America about the incident.
She's a good kid, and she's not a dog. She don't deserve to be treated inhumane. She's not a tiger.
All right, upset father there. We'll take your calls on this and want to know what you think. 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. Joining us to talk about it, former sex crimes prosecutor Nicole DeBoard. Also joining us, Steve Rogers, Detective Lieutenant, Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. Steve, I got to start with you, and let me read you a Facebook comment. This is from Willie G. writing, "A taser should only be used when a person cannot physically be taken into custody. I hardly think this 10-year-old girl could not be contained." I think that's what a lot of people are thinking. You're trying to tell me a cop couldn't restrain a 10-year-old without using a taser?
Mike, I have to agree with that. I've got some issues with this. I believe, and what I'm troubled about is that the officer actually asked the mother if he can taser her, which leads me to believe he was questioning his own judgment. Look, a police officer's nightmare is to go into a violent situation involving a child. But before the days of tasers, there were other ways we handled this, and perhaps he should have been thinking a little bit better on this.
Tell us about that. Okay, from what we have, this young girl has emotional problems. She's kicking violently. I think the cop even ended up getting kicked in the groin. So he's got a challenge on his hands. But you're right, get the taser out of the mix. What are police officers trained to do in a case like this to subdue a 10-year-old without a stun gun?
Well, Mike, a couple of things. One is you're going to call for backup. They're going to get there real soon. You're also going to call, and at least the dispatcher should realize that they've got an emotionally disturbed child, call for an ambulance. But you've got mom there and you've got the police officer there, two grown adults. Look, we've been in situations where we had people sit on kids, just to stop them from hurting themselves. So there's your options.
Yeah, it sounds much more reasonable. Let me read the statement. This is a statement from Mom, Kelly King, told Good Morning America this: "I'm not calling him over here to handle my problems. I'm having him come over here to protect my daughter from hurting herself or hurting someone else." So they're, again, restating what Mom's goal was in all this. Nicole, man, there's so many questions to go around here. I think number one is this even a cop call in the first place? Your thoughts?
Well, and I have concerns that it's not. It sounds like this is a discipline situation, and the parent is using the police, dialing 911 when there are real emergencies out there, to have somebody else come and help her deal with her child. And even if that's not the case, it is very unclear to me at this point whether or not this child broke any law. In fact, it doesn't sound like she did. And in that instance, I'm not sure that the police officer had any business whatsoever handcuffing her under these circumstances.
Yeah, no, I mean, and what gets you when you hear the details, this started over a battle, I guess a fight between mom and daughter about whether or not she would take a shower before bed. The little girl didn't want to, and that's what ended up leading to this. Let's get a call in real quick. Sinisi is with us in California. Hey, go ahead, your comment or question?
Yes, hi.
Hey.
How are you, Mike, today?
Good.
That's good. Hey, I just had a comment and / question.
Mm-hmm.
What would be my question is, actually, what is the ramifications of what happened? What was the story behind this little girl getting tasered, and what is the outcome going to be in the future for her as far as, is it going to mentally do something to her? I didn't quite understand that.
Sunisia, good question there. Well, let me lay it out there for everybody. So what we gather here, she has emotional problems. She's a challenge. We'll say that. And this mom's at her wit's end. Does that mean you call the cops? Most think not. But what happened was, before bed, mom tells her, take a shower. Daughter says no. Ends up throwing this fit. We were conjecturing that it became somewhat of a violent fit. And then the cops are called. We know the rest from